Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. I'm going to introduce you to Mark J. Uh, Very powerful individual in network marketing circles. Has taken four different groups of people with four different companies and moved them into 6 and 7 figure incomes. Very, very knowledgeable. And he doesn't do it with fear or persuasion. He does it with knowing how to use uh, mindsets and skills in a loving and powerful subconscious way. We're going to get into more of this uh, in a little bit. But let me ask you this. Would you rather have someone using fear over you to get something done? That's how the world works. And most people hate it. Or would you rather have them using uh, love and confidence and peace and joy and positive things in a subconscious way and in a personal way to help you move things along? Let's listen to him a little bit here and understand how important this is. If you aren't taught things in a very powerful and useful way, in a skillful way, like a lot of times you're going to be wasting your time. So listen up to Mark.
Somebody else are going to end up broke at age 65. This is really not a good thing to do. This is called persuasion, and if you get people in the business this way, you're going to have to continue to try to persuade them to engage. In other words, it's pretty clear if you've studied the mind at all, your own mind or anybody else's mind, that fear is not something that you can build something wonderful on. It is what it is. It's about absence. And it's very difficult to get the type of commitment out of a human being that's necessary to build a successful network marketing organization. Very difficult to get a commitment out of someone based on fear.
And I want you to understand how powerful that is. Fear won't get you where you need to go. Okay?
Stuff to see your point of view. You're never going to build a team or a big organization because it's going to be based on what? Fear. It's a house of cards. Influence, on the other hand, and I'm going to give you an example of it. Influence, on the other hand, is identifying the vital behaviors, one or two vital behaviors, and then influencing that person to engage in those behaviors so they can get what they want. So the big distinction
Now listen, so they can get what they want with these one or two behaviors.
here between persuasion is persuading them why your product kicks ass, why your pay plan is the best, why they need to join this thing, what they're going to miss out on. Whereas influence is finding out what they want, and this is how you do it. You want to use, in the first 30 to 40 seconds, a little instant rapport builder and the most people skills. So in less than 1 minute, about 90% of the people you talk to, rejection-free, will say, what do you mean? And you're going to want to engage them in looking at what you have. So I always say, well, listen, that's going to take about 30 minutes, okay? And rather than invest 30 minutes, let's find out if it's worthwhile, Harry, for you to invest the 30 minutes.
Now, a good example of this is you can try to promote your business with mine's the greatest business, the greatest products, the greatest company, and it doesn't work. People could care less. Or greatest compensation, people could care less. But you can influence them by saying the right words, like say, Mary, are you, say this gal is a waitress, say, are you married to your job? Or are you looking for something a little better? And she'll say, the waitress will say, I'm not married to my job. Yeah, I'd be looking at something better. Great. I need about 25 to 30 minutes to see if this is a fit for you. I'm going to give you a call and see if we can set up a time to do that one-on-one. That'll be all right with you. And they're either going to say yes or no. But most people that are bright and courageous and looking for something better are going to say yes. So that's the difference. You're looking at influence, not persuasion.
Now right here, I'm going to set up influence. I'm going to say is, Harry, look it. I'm going to use a strong four-letter word here. I think it's the worst word in the English language. The word is hate. I hate it when people ask me questions and then use my words against me. So I don't do that. Is that okay with you? Of course he's going to say okay. Say, Harry, here's the question that we need to explore to find out if investing 30 minutes and checking this thing out is worth your while. Harry, it's really a two-part question. I'd like to know what you'd like a little bit more of in your life and a little bit less in your life. Now, right here, everything changes, because most of the time, our possibility who we're trying to upgrade to prospect, remember, you can only sponsor a prospect, you can't sponsor a possibility. What's a prospect? Someone who's told you their reason why they should look at it. And that's what you're after.
Their reason why they should look after this. Do you know their reason why they should look after this? If you don't, then you haven't got the first step.
That's what you're after. And how do you get there? By manipulating with word phrases and magic tricks and the right No. The way that you get there is by trying to understand what's important to Harry. So what I'm going to say to Harry is, what do you want more of and less of? And the normal response is more time and more money. And here's where the game changes. What you're going to say at this point is, well, Harry, I think you'd agree with me that one man's ceiling is another man's floor, and we can both agree, can we not, that money's just dirty paper. I mean, I know you don't want to make a lot of money so you can go home and roll around in the money, right? What you really want is what the money will do for you. So why is that important to you? Now, at this point, you want to listen intently. What are you actually listening for? Well, if you listen closely, 99 times out of 100, and I'm not exaggerating, Harry or Harriet or Joanne or Fred or Bob or Louise, they're going to tell you they want the money, what they want the money for, and it's to get rid of things. They're going to talk about what they don't want. Well, I'd like, less stress and pay off the credit cards. That's about what they don't want. So you want to pay attention so that you can influence them to engage in the next behavior, which is what? To look at what you have ready to buy and ready to join. In other words, ready to buy your next suggestion and join you with an open mind. So when they say that, well, I want to get rid of my bills and get a new car and all that kind of stuff, they're talking about what they don't want in their life anymore. You say, well, Harry, let's imagine, if you would, all those things were covered, okay? They were all taken care of. At that point, what would you really want to do? Travel, stay at home, give him a couple of dichotomous options, and he'll tell you, and say, well, where would you like to go? Well, I'd like to go to a lot of places. Well, where would you go first? Well, Italy. I want you to imagine this, Harry. You get off the plane in Italy, all those things are taken care of, and you know there's a $7,000, $8,000 check showing up every single month in your mailbox or more. How do you think it would feel when you get off the plane? And he's going to tell you it would feel wonderful, it would be great.
Now notice the influence here. Imagination and putting Harry in this situation. How are you going to feel having 7,000 or 8,000 coming in a month, being able to go to Italy, live your dream, and be worry-free? How are you going to feel? This is important. This is influence. Positive, powerful influence. Life-changing influence.
What I actually do is ask them to step into their imagination. As I always say, Harry, what I'd like you to do is step into your imagination. Would you do that for me? And tell me what you think it would feel like. Once he does, he's now told you what you want, what he wants. So influence is about getting people to engage in the next behavior so they can get what they want, rather than you trying to shove your agenda down their throat about more money, more time, best paid plan, and all that stuff. So it's really simple. Say, Harry, I'm going to paraphrase back to you what you just told me. So you paraphrase it back to him, including the adjective or adjectives he used about how it would feel to get off the plane in Rome and all that stuff. And say, Harry, after you paraphrase it back to him, what you say is, Harry, let me ask you a question. I've properly paraphrased it back to you. Is that what you mean? And he's going to say yes. Say, Harry, it's really this simple. Do you want to do something about it now? Of course he's going to say yes. Because why? He's presented to you why he should look at the business. This is influence. Harry, the next step, in other words, the next behavior that you want Harry to engage in is to look at your business, maybe with your upline, a home meeting or whatever. So if you'll do that, if you'll focus on finding out what people want and then suggesting the next behavior, not why you can save them, but the next behavior, that's what great influencers do. They focus on behavior rather than results. If you'll do that, Harry will be at the meeting with an open mind. He'll be ready to buy and ready to join. This is the difference between persuasion, which is always fear-based and driven by your personal agenda, and influence, which is driven by what Harry wants. Peace be the journey, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world if you understand influence.
That's how important it is. The difference between fear and persuasion with fear versus influence, bringing what they really want out and then helping them get what they want. That's influence. This is Roger Meyer from Billings, Montana. Look at Mark J. and what he's talking about. There's a lot more to this man, let me tell you. He's a master of what he does. And I want to help you get what you want and show you how to get it in a fun and exciting and enjoyable way. Again, this is Roger Meyer from Billings, Montana. Look at what we're talking about. Sign up here. Let's find out what you want, and let's help you get it. And I say these things with thy peace and love, but in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. We'll talk about why that's important too. Good day.